Hi everyone, I am the CRM Ninja, and on today's episode of the Oops Factor, I'm joined by Sarah Lagerqvist. Did I get that right?
Close enough, close enough.
Close enough. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. It's great to have you on the show. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Look, an absolute pleasure. I know we've been talking about it for a little while, and after you came to London recently and we met up in person, I just thought I have to get you on to share some of your experiences. So, before we get into what you're going to share with us tonight, I understand that you have some dogs. So you're a
Yes,
dog person.
I have one dog. I
Oh, you
got
have
one.
one dog.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you get into owning a dog? And what type of dog
Oh,
is it?
I have no idea how to pronounce it in English. Staffordshire Bull Terrier.
You did that perfectly.
Oh, good. Yes. Yes, and one of those. And I've been wanting a dog since I was a baby. And then I kind of babysat these dog sit any dog that was in my neighborhood. Like
Okay.
as soon as someone got a dog, I was like, I can take it, I can take it. Do you want me to take it for walks? Do you want me? And then weirdly enough, I was working like an office hotel where there were different companies in the same
Okay.
space. And this guy brought a dog sometimes that was his daughter's and was a Staffy too. And
Oh,
then
that's so
like
cute.
accidentally she was going to London for a couple of weeks and needed someone to take care of her dog, and I was like, I can do it.
When you say
So
accidentally, did you arrange for her to go to London so you could get the dog?
no, but it's kind of weird that you don't have someone in like close to you to be able to take care of your dog. So I was working at the same office that her dad worked at. So
Okay.
it's not like we were close. I've never met her, but I offered to take care of her dog anyways. And
So
then,
nice of you.
well,
Obviously, right? I mean, pointing out the obvious there.
so I had a Staffy for 2 weeks, and then I just decided that when I get a dog, I need the same breed because they are just
Yep.
awesome and loving, and they want to be close all the time, and they're just awesome.
They are. It's a really, really good breed to have. I don't have a dog myself, but I've played with a lot of dogs over the years and spent time at various places with dogs, and they're a really nice breed.
Yeah, I love it. I love them. I love most dogs though, but those especially.
I love most animals, and with dogs, it's like the bigger the better. I've met some really, really big dogs over the years, and I have friends who are like with me, and they're like terrified. They're like, the dog's gonna bite your head off. I'm like, here, boy, give me a paw, give me a paw.
That was how Jonas was when he met my dog for the first time just a couple of months ago. I brought him to our office, Jonas Rapp,
Yep.
and he's a cat person. I don't know why I still like him, but yeah, he's a cat person. So I bring my dog, and Staffies are kind of scary looking to some people. They have big jaws and big
Yep.
mouths, and they are like all muscles. So he was like so happy to see Jonas and was trying to lick him, and Jonas was like, "Ooh, ooh." But they eventually became friends. But
Cat people and dog people. I mean, that's a whole new aspect. That's the tech community. Maybe we should do a pause to see who in the tech community is a cat person, who is a dog person.
it's not only code that divides cats
No,
and dogs.
no. So, moving on from dogs to the Oops Factor, what story do you have to share with us today?
Well, since we know each other from the community and dynamics, my story was the one that came to mind immediately was a dynamic story, and
Fancy
it's
that.
uh, it's when I was a customer. Uh, we had this company doing. It was not an ISV, but they built on the platform. This was 2011
Okay.
version 2011. They built like a course and event module on top of CRM.
So they extended the core functionality, essentially, but
Yeah,
they weren't a proper ISV.
no, exactly.
Okay.
And my company had that. So we were a course company. and I was kind of an administrator, and we got this implementation, and I was the one who figured out most things the fastest. So accidentally, I became the admin, or the one teaching everyone how it works and such. And so I started to figure out that I wanted to make some changes in the product, the course and event
Ooh.
thing that they delivered. Not like big ones, but I needed some new fields, and I wanted system views to be sorted in different ways and stuff.
Okay.
So I just poked around a bit and figured out how to do it. And
You weren't a Dynamics person before that. This is effectively
No.
the start of when you got into Dynamics.
Yeah, this is the start.
Okay.
So I poked around, figured out how to do it, and did it straight in production. Had no idea about ALM or like deployment or whatever.
Solutions.
No, oh God, not solutions. So when we got a new version, I got pissed because they overwritten my changes. I was like, why are the views sorted this way, and why is this, and why is that? So we had this whole big plan figured out on how to let me do my stuff, and they deployed theirs and stuff.
Okay.
But it didn't end very well. It was really messy, and I think I documented all my stuff I've been doing before I left, but I still think that company has some of my self-done hacks in their solutions.
Wow.
My bad conscience, yeah.
Wow. Imagine you go in and there's like, we've got this technical debt, we've got this bit in the system, we just don't know how, but it's got like Sarah's name next to it. But who was this Sarah?
So I think this is also why I'm so keen now and so super focused on doing things the proper way, the best practice way, why I really take my time to deep dive and make sure, like, I don't care that you can do it. I care if you should do it, and if you should do it, how you should do it the best way. I think this whole background is because of that experience.
So based on your experience, how would you, obviously, you know, as you said, you just dove in, you poked around a bit, you did it straight in production, and obviously when they released updates, it didn't quite work then the same way, and you had to keep doing it. What's your approach nowadays that you take when approaching projects?
Well, I try not let the customer do stuff. Not too much, at least not without knowing the consequences. So I've been in conversations with customers once in a while when they want to do some stuff. And whenever we discussed it, like when I explained that the easiest thing to actually do might be data modeling, like adding fields and changing forms. And that's exactly what I wouldn't recommend you doing yourself, because doing that, you might want to build on some logic after that. And so we really need that in our dev environment to be able to have that and merging and stuff. So we generally end up with them not doing that much. I think I've been in a situation where they were able to write workflows. We had this whole plan on solutions and stuff, but they never did it because they were like too scared.
Now, you obviously have to be careful, you know, that if you've implemented custom functionality around the core product, that anything that the customer then does is not going to break it. And change requests obviously come in the right way, assuming you are in an ongoing relationship with the customer, which of course we go in, we become the trusted advisors. So we have that.
That's the hope. Yeah.
It's the dream. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for sharing it. We really appreciate it. It's some good lessons learned from it.
Yes, ALM solution.
There's so much. And I was actually in a conversation recently, in an interview actually, and they wanted to test my technical knowledge. So the interviewer said to me, solutions, managed or unmanaged, go.
Ooh.
I'm like, really? In an interview, you want to ask something as controversial as that? And it's like,
I was afraid you were gonna ask me based on this story, like what camp are you on? And I was like, I hope he doesn't go there.
oh no, I have two words that answer it, which are, it depends.
Hmm. So
So
I
powerful.
really don't want to go into that discussion. So I'm just
No. I know we're not going to go into it. It's fine. It's okay. I have one word that is really the answer, which is 42, of course, because 42 is the answer to.
Yes, that is the perfect answer to everything.
It is the perfect answer.
That's probably my favorite book or favorite books.
It's really a great book and great series. I mean, Douglas Adams, there, nothing quite like it.
No.
So thank you for sharing with us your story. If you could nominate somebody who you would want to see on the show to share their story of when something went oops or worse, who would you nominate?
I would nominate Carina Claesson, the Swedish girl from Gothenburg.
Okay.
She's in the Mentor Challenge too.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I will reach out to her. I will let her know that you have nominated her and try and get on the show and find out her story.
Great.
Thank you so much for your time. Viewers, we hope that you've enjoyed the episode. Feel free to click through to playlist to see the other Oops Factor stories, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and take a look at the blog. If you'd like to appear on the show yourself, please hit the link below, fill in your details, and I'll get an invite out to you. Have a great day.